This is a step-by-step tutorial on how to transfer Sysex patch banks from the computer over to a Yamaha DX7s or DX7 II. The procedure is the same. Before we can transfer anything from the computer, we have to put the DX7s into Midi edit mode. It's now in voice mode. I got there by pressing this button named voice. And below that, we have a button named edit. So press that and button 31 on the front panel. And by pressing that button 31 numerous times, you toggle through the menu options in that menu. So I'll press that button 31 to toggle through the options, and the only option we're interested in right now is MIDI receive channel, which should be set to 1. And then I press button 32 on the front panel, which is the second MIDI edit menu. And here MIDI edit exclusive should be set to on. And to toggle the options on or off, you use the data entry buttons to the left on the front panel named off or on to change a value. So set MIDI edit device number also to 1. Again, use the on or off switches I just showed you to change a value up or down. And MIDI edit receive blocks should either be set to 1 to 32 or 33 to 64. That's the patch bank numbers you want to transfer to, either the first bank 1 to 32 or the second bank 33 to 64. The rest of the options are of no consequence right now. And then I press the button labeled 14, which is the utility menu. We have to change one thing here. So toggle that switch until you see utility edit internal protection on. It will always be on, but set it to off. You don't want protection of the memory. Now you're going to transfer patch banks to that memory. So make sure you've set it to off. And now you take a MIDI cable and you connect one end of the cable to the MIDI in of your DX7s or DX7 II. And the other end of that MIDI cable you connect to a out port of your MIDI interface. And now you go to your computer and start up your MIDI Sysex transfer program. I'm using Sysex from Bohm, which is free. It's on PC. I recommend PC over Mac for doing Sysex transfers. Under the MIDI options, I choose the MIDI interface I do use for this. And there's no need to change the transfer speeds or anything in the MIDI settings. Then I go to File and Open, and I find the Sysex file, the DX7 bank I want to transfer. And many of the banks you see here are from the internet, and I'm going to transfer a old DX7 MK1 bank to the DX7S here. So I'll just pick it out from the list of a legion of Sysex files I have in this computer. And once I press send down to the left here, it'll start sending that Sysex bank over to my DX7S. And the DX7S will respond as this, now receiving. And it changes to bulk received, and that means the patch bank has been received. If I now press the voice button on the DX7S, it appears that nothing has happened, but it has. I just have to press one of the buttons for choosing a preset. So that bank has now been updated with that bank I just transferred from the computer. It was my pleasure showing you how this works. That's what friends are for. As always, I'm Espen Croft. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Cheers.